Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's EV Kid here, coming back at you with another video. And this video is going to be on a single stock. It's a bit different than what I normally do. And I'm just going to be covering Solo and reading through this article done by InvestorPlace, giving my thoughts and opinions. If you're interested in content like this, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be coming at you every single day with content similar to this. So if you're interested in Solo, Tesla, Neo, Xpeng, make sure you stay tuned, and I'll get right into this. Electrameccanica doesn't look like a worthwhile long-term EV play. At first glance, the small electric concept vehicle made by Electrameccanica vehicles reminds me of the three-wheeled motorcycles driven by bikers who can't or don't want to play the streets on two wheels. There's a reason for this connection, and it will play a role in the ultimate success of Solo stock. So basically, the first half of this article is just giving a rundown on what Solo is and the company behind the Solo vehicle, which is Electrameccanica. So I'm going to skip down to the part where Larry Sullivan gives his opinions, and I'll tell you what I think on it. Electrameccanica presents a dilemma for investors. While electric vehicle makers are not exactly traditional, think Elon, this company is far out even for EV companies. It seems to be seeking a motorcycle car experience without the protections that auto buyers nowadays take for granted. And that's a fair point because if you're familiar with the Solo vehicle, it is much smaller than a conventional vehicle, and in a case of a collision, it would be much less safe than if you were driving in, let's say, an SUV. And that is indeed a problem for anyone who wants to drive a Solo, where most cars are very big and it's pretty dangerous. However, in the future, if there was a situation where most cars are a lot smaller than what we have right now, then I think it could be a lot more viable. I think Solo would shine in specific areas like, for example, private communities where normal vehicles aren't really required, but people could use a small vehicle to get around because it's more convenient. And although a look at commuter traffic finds most drivers alone in their cars, I suspect very few of them use that car just to get back and forth to work. Electrameccanica also appears to believe businesses will buy their vehicles to make urban deliveries, but I don't expect the Solo can replace the nimble motorcycle when it comes to weaving through rush hour traffic jams. The bottom line: my InvestorPlace colleague Matt McCall sums up the Solo as a three-wheel vehicle looking for a place in a four-wheeled world, and has a solid point. Remember the smart car. This two-seater has the backing of a major automaker and was pitched as a convenient alternative for city drivers. It also had four wheels. Despite the sense the car made, they were not embraced by enough consumers and they disappeared from the market. This author raises a valid point, and there have been companies that have tried to do what Solo is doing. However, I do think that the world is changing right now, and we're going to need cars like this that are much smaller, much more efficient, because we're getting to a point where standard in-combustion engine vehicles are just not going to cut it as a whole. I think the odds are against the Solo becoming widely used in the US. Even in urban settings, Electrameccanica may find a niche for its vehicles and survive, but the outlook for Solo stock as a long-term investment is quite uncertain. And I've been saying this on my channel for quite a while now. Solo is very uncertain, and it's not like, let's say, Tesla right now, where there is a very high chance and we pretty much know where the future is going with EVs. However, with something with Solo, it's more of a speculation and we can't say for certain. It's just a possibility that could happen. In conclusion, if you are an investor in Solo, make sure that you're staying up to date on all the financial news and everything about Solo, because this is a situation that really could go in either direction and no one really knows for sure. As I've said in the past, Solo is a risky play. However, it does have a very high payoff if it were to come to fruition. Thank you for watching, everyone, and remember, If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you don't like the video, dislike, and I'll see you in the future.